Moving on to step 4. So we're done with toggling the browser settings for a while, and now we're back at this screen. If you remember earlier, we downloaded either the Mac package or the Windows package, software package that the NHI website wanted us to install. So instead of looking at this part, we're going to move to this button, which will test to see if your card reader has been able to successfully read your NHI card. So before we even plug in the card reader, let's just navigate to that site. Okay, it should look like this, and although there's a green check mark and a nice message from me, so it looks good, but odds are if you don't have the card reader set up, it'll either have some sort of cross here or like some red message, like clearly a bad sign. So what we're going to do is plug in the card reader to your computer. Now, if you have something similar to what I showed you earlier in the video, you'll either be able to plug in the USB directly into your computer, or if you have a newer Mac or newer computer, you'll need some kind of adapter. But I'm just going to assume that you were successful in plugging in your card reader. Okay, so after you've plugged in your card reader, stick in your NHI card into the SIM/smart socket. And make sure you have, well, I guess there's no real way to make sure, but just put it in one direction. Just let it wait for a couple seconds. Hopefully there's some light or something on your card reader to suggest that it's active. And once you feel good, let's click the middle button here just to see if we are able to recognize the card. So I'm going to click that. It says some success, but then it says please insert the NHI card, which suggests my NHI card was not inserted correctly. Either it can't find the card reader, or my NHI card is in the wrong way. So I'm going to flip mine over. Hopefully it'll work this time. Okay, the website looks a little unresponsive, so I'm going to refresh the page. Try again. Okay, flip over the card again. Maybe I got it completely wrong. Oh, okay. So I should have pressed this just clear all button before retrying. But I'm going to press clear all. Try it again. This time, hopefully it'll say your name on the card, and then at the end it should show you this message. It says success, but you'll know it's a success if you don't read Chinese because there's a little exclamation mark here, and also there's no error code. Anyway, excellent. So the card reader works, your NHI card information can be found. So let's go ahead and click the leftmost button here to read your card. And then it should say your name right here. Success, excellent. If that didn't work, heaven help you. I don't know what to do. Okay, cool. So that's step 4. Moving on to step 5, we're finally going to go to the NHI website to start our registration. Again, link will be in the comments or in the note, in the video note. Okay, so NHI Card Online Services registration. It'll say you need to set up before you register, but that's actually what we just did. Let's go ahead and register for new account right here. Click that, read the terms and conditions. I just read them all. Click I understand, which should get you to this screen. So there are a couple things here, but you can ignore these fields for now. At least if you're like us and you're not a Taiwanese citizen. If you just have an ARC, hopefully when you click this read button right here, the magic's going to happen and you won't have to worry about this part. At least we didn't have to. So go ahead and click read. For us, well, since I've already done this step, it says registration completed. But if this is your first time, hopefully some magic screen should pop up where you need to, which is kind of like a expanded ARC. And although the ARC face and information is not going to be yours, besides the UI number, that should be okay. So in that new display, which unfortunately I can't show you again because I've already done the step, your UI number should already be registered. So you'll need to input your date of issue of your resident certificate, ARC, and date of expiry, and also the number on the back, right next to the barcode. That starts with F, I believe. So once you submit that information, you should be able to go to the next page where you're going to set a password. Once you've entered your ARC information, the next screen should be something like this, where you need to create your new password, provide an email address, phone number, and once you do all that, paying attention and making sure that the password is within 6 to 12 characters, containing one capital letter, lowercase letter, number, digit, special character. After you submit that page, now it's time to verify your email address. So the email address you provided should receive an email looking like this, saying your registration for the NHI card online has been approved. Please log on to this link to complete your application. So I'm going to click on that. It says services registration, email verification. So you might have to use your card reader again. Just click the read button here. Okay. And then hopefully it should show some success message. It didn't for me because we already registered. Hopefully it should show some success message to indicate your email has been approved. All right. Almost there. So the step 6 is not going to be on the computer. It's going to actually be on your phone. I've only done it on iPhone and the Apple App Store, but you're going to need to download an app, specifically the National Health Insurance app. You can search for the Chinese characters. You can also search for National Health Insurance in English, and it should pop up in your App Store. The logo is the same as the National Health Insurance logo, so you're going to need to download the app. Here's the reason. Although you've done all this setup on your computer, the actual mask ordering needs to happen on your phone app. So you're just going to have to download that, unfortunately. Once you've downloaded it, you're going to go ahead and open the app. And you're going to notice that there are 5 options at the bottom of the app. I wish I could share a screen share here, but you're going to notice there are 5 options below. You're going to pick the one second from the right, and it should give, even if it's in Chinese, it should give you an option to switch to English. So let's go ahead and click the English button. Hooray, everything is in English. Then you should see 2 options called mobile phone verification and device code verification. Go ahead and select device code verification, and you're all set on the phone for now. Now we're going to go back onto the computer. We're going to put in the password we just set. Click login. Make sure your card is still inserted because that acts as your username. Go to mobile device verification. Click this button called produce verification code. All right. Then it should produce this QR code. So what you're going to do is bring your phone up to your computer screen. Going back to that device verification page on your phone, it'll give you 2 options, either QR code verification or enter device verification code. I'm going to go ahead and select scan QR code, which is going to trigger my iPhone camera, take a picture of the QR code, make sure the camera is pointed at the QR code, and hopefully that should verify your device and log you in on your iPhone app or Android or whatever. I'm not sure what happens with Android. Okay, so finally, you should be able to order masks on your phone. I know I haven't talked about the phone part at all, but there's actually a terrific blog post out there that I saw. This is what it's called. I'll add it to the comments. But it does a great job of explaining what you need to do on the phone, specifically from this point onwards. So I would recommend you follow the instructions there. I think there's an option to switch to English, or rather, when you go to the mask selection area on the app, it should allow you to switch to English. Let's just check here. Okay, so there might not be English after all, but this person has provided this translation. So following that should do it for you. There are some awkward and some cumbersome steps, but hopefully you should be able to follow the phone interface and these instructions to get yourself to the end. Just another disclaimer, I haven't actually received the masks yet. I just placed an order using my phone, so I don't know what happens beyond this. And I also don't know what happens on Windows, Chrome, Safari, basically stuff I didn't use. So this is just a video to tell you about my personal experience. Who knows if it'll actually help anybody, but just in case this is a permanent situation where everybody needs to use the same interface, I thought it might save some time for everybody. Hope you found this helpful. Thanks.